So in the last class we have talked about collisions between two body, and classified that collision into two parts. One is elastic collision, and second one is inelastic collision. So this classification, it is based on different physical parameters in these two collisions. The conservation of in the first case of in the elastic collision, the momentum is conserved. Momentum is the conserved physical quantities. In the first, in case of this elastic collision, the linear momentum is conserved, and that the kinetic energy is conserved, as well as that total energy, it is also conserved in the case of elastic collision. Whereas in case of inelastic collision, linear momentum is conserved, and the total energy is conserved. Total energy, but kinetic energy is not conserved. There is the energy loss, and here there is no energy loss, because kinetic energy, there is no energy loss. Kinetic energy is conserved, and there is energy loss due to the change in kinetic energy. And the force considered in this first case, this is always mostly conservative. Conservative force is considered here, and here this is mostly non-conservative. In the last class we have derived some parameters related to this elastic collisions by taking conservation of momentum and conservation of kinetic. We have the final velocity v1 after collision, elastic collision, that was equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 multiplied by u1 plus 2m2 by m1 plus m2 multiplied by u2, and v2 we have calculated, that is m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 multiplied by, this is u2 plus 2m1 by m1 plus m2 multiplied by 1. So just if we change that subscript of the first equation, we can get the second equation. So this v1, it is equal to this. I think this is right. So this m1 minus m2 and upon m1 plus m2 u1 plus 2m2 upon m1 plus m2. So we have different special conditions considered in the discussed in the last class, and now today we will perform some calculation in this inelastic type collision, and we will take perfectly inelastic collision. So perfectly inelastic collision. So we have one body which is moving with initial velocity u1, mass is m1, and there is another body that is having mass m2, and its velocity, let's say that its initial velocity is 0, and so this body is at rest, and this collides with this, and after collision, these two bodies of mass m1 and m2, this is m1 and m2, this sticks together. This is one body moving with initial velocity. In one dimensional case we are considering, so in one dimensional, so right here. So in the last class we have also considered the same case. So in one dimensional case, this is one body collides with another body which is initially at rest, so u2 is equal to 0. After collision, these two bodies stick and move together with a constant velocity v. as far as this momentum is concerned, the initial momentum, this is m1 u1 of this body, and here this is equivalent to 0. So the momentum, so this is m1 u1 and it's 0, and the common momentum, that will be m1 plus m2 multiplied by v, because both are moving in the same velocity by sticking, after sticking. And the kinetic energy, so kinetic energy of this is equivalent to half m1 u1 square, it's 0, and the kinetic energy of this, it is equivalent to, the mass is m1 and m2 multiplied by v square. So case is simpler than the first type of collision, elastic collision. Just now we will use the conservation of momentum, and in this case the kinetic energy is not conserved because this is inelastic type collision, so we will calculate energy loss. So from the conservation of momentum, linear momentum, so this initial momentum, total initial momentum, is equal to final momentum, total final momentum, and the initial momentum is m1 u1 plus 0, it is equivalent to final momentum is m1 plus m2 multiplied by v. So if you want to calculate the velocity after collision, then we will have this v, it is equal to m1 u1 by m1 plus m2. So this is the velocity of that system of two bodies m1 and m2 moving with the same velocity v. So v is equivalent to m1 u1 upon m1 plus m2. So by using this conservation of linear momentum, this is inelastic collision, so linear momentum is concerned, we can gauge that final velocity of that body stick together. So now we will calculate the kinetic energy loss. So this is delta Ek, it is equivalent to delta Ei Eki minus delta Ekf. I stands for initial, F stands for final. I guess you can also write K is equal to Ki and Kf. And that initial kinetic energy is this. This is Ek, and the final kinetic energy is equal to, that is half m1 plus m2 multiplied by v square. So this is equal to half m u square minus half m1 plus m2 multiplied by v square. We can put the value of v from equation 1, let's say this is equation 1. So we can put this v, so this delta Ek, energy loss, it is equivalent to half m u1 square minus half m1 plus m2, and this is m1 u1 by m1 plus m2 square. Okay, so we can have some simple mathematics. Just you have to take half u1 square common, and you can get, and the final result is m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 multiplied by u1 square. Just try एक लाइन का कैलकुलेशन है, जल्दी कैलकुलेट कर लो. So the ratio of final and initial kinetic energy we can get. So if we have this Eki by Ekf, what we will have half m u1 square upon half m1 plus m2 v square. If you want to calculate the ratio of these two, finally initial कर दो, उल्टा कर दो. If one f by I cancel half m1 plus m2 multiplied by v square by half m1 u1 square. So this is half m1 plus m2. V is here. This is m1 u1 by m1 plus m2 square. By half m1 u1 square. So this is equal to, half will cancel, one m1 will cancel, u1 will be cancelled, so that is the m1 by m1 plus m2. Is it? So what it meant here, this the final kinetic energy upon this initial kinetic energy, this EKF, it is always less than EKI, because denominator is a bigger quantity here, this m1 plus m2, so this EKF is less than EKI. Means the final kinetic energy is always less than the initial kinetic energy. So there will be energy loss. The kinetic energy is not conserved. So we can prove there is no conservation of kinetic energy by calculating this. So EKF by EKI is equal to m1 by m1 upon m1 plus m2. If you take that second body as a bigger body, this m2, it is much greater than m1. Then the complete system will be at rest. Because one body collides, and if this is bigger one, so that final velocity, that will be 0. So the complete initial kinetic energy will be just converted into heat. Okay, now so this is the one-dimensional case, and let's have collision in two-dimensional case. Collision in two-dimensional. And we are talking about that elastic collision. Elastic or inelastic, depending on the system. But I'm just discussing here just elastic type collision. The body sticks move together, then inelastic type collision. But here this is elastic type collision. So the case is, this is one body of mass m2, which is basically at ratio u2 is equal to 0. One body of mass m1, it is moving along this direction with initial velocity. Yes. After collision, this will not move in the same direction, but the first body, this is that initial, that first body recoil along this direction with the velocity v1, this is m1, with an angle theta 1, and the second body moves in this direction with velocity v2 with angle theta 2.
वो उससे टकराएगा।
मैं भी थोड़ा सा एंगल अगर कोई चेंज हुआ तो, कैरम बोर्ड में ऐसा हर बार ऐसा नहीं होता कि तुम डायरेक्टरी स्ट्राइक कर रहे हो तो वो सीधा निकले। थोड़ा सा भी अगर कोई एंगल इधर से उधर हुआ है ना, थोड़ा सा भी अगर एंगल इधर से उधर चेंज हुआ तो ये हो जाता है, एक तुमने जो स्ट्राइकर किया है वो स्ट्राइकर इस डायरेक्शन पे चला जाए और दूसरा बॉडी जो है दूसरे डायरेक्शन पे चला जाए. It only depends on the small distortion in the angle. If it is perfectly collinear, then obviously that motion will be one dimensional. If there is some distortion, some change in the angle, then this type of phenomena will take place. So this initial velocity is u1, the initial velocity is u2, and now this m1 is recoiling in this direction of theta 1 with velocity v1, and this is with velocity v2. Elastic collision, so we will consider the conservation of momentum and the conservation of kinetic energy both. Okay, so here this is the two-dimensional case, so we will take the components along x-axis and y-axis. So after collision, this is v1 cos theta, and this will be
cos theta 1.
this is v1 cos theta 1, and along this is v1 sin theta 1. And here also this is theta 2, so along this direction it's v1 क्या हो गई है cos theta 2, and in this direction that is v2 sin theta 2.
v2 रहेगा ना,
theta 2
v1 v2.
oh sorry, this is v2 cos theta 2, and this is v2 sin theta. So since velocity is vector quantity, so conservation of momentum we will take along x-axis as well as along y-axis. So the conservation of momentum first along x-axis, this is moving along x-axis, so the momentum is m1 u1. It's along x-axis momentum is 0, so this is the initial momentum is m1 u1 plus 0. It's equal to, after collision, this momentum, these are two velocity components along x-axis, so this is m1 v1 cos theta 1 plus m2 v2 cos theta 2. Second, along y-axis, there is no momentum along y-axis, initial momentum, because the system is moving before collision it's moving along x-axis. Okay, so there is no momentum along y-axis, so this is equal to 0. It's equal to, yeah, this is along x-axis, this is along x-axis, so m1 v1 cos theta 1 plus m2 v2 cos theta 2. This is m2, this is m1. And along y-axis the initial momentum is 0, because before collision it's moving along x-axis only, and the final momentum is this v1 sin theta 1, and with this v2 sin theta 2, and both are in the opposite direction. So this is m1 v1 sin theta 1 minus, here one minus sign will be there because direction is opposite. So this is m2 v2 sin theta 2. Okay, so this is the conservation of momentum, and by using this conservation of momentum we can solve it for that v1 and v2 separately, and I am not going to the details of this mathematics, just I am going to the method how we can solve such type of problem of two cases, two-dimensional cases. Just what you have to do, this is equal to m1 v1 sin theta 1 is equivalent to m2 v2 sin theta 2. Just solve it for v2, put here. You can solve for v1 and solve it for that v1, put here, and you can solve it for v2. Because we have just calculate, we have to just calculate that v1 and v2 in terms of that initial velocity u1. That initial velocity is always given, as well as this angle theta 1 and theta 2. This will be given. So if this theta 1 and theta 2 is given and v1 is given, u1 is given, mass m1 and m2 is given, you can calculate that v1 and v2 by using these two equations. So what you have to perform, just you have to take that components along x-axis and y-axis in terms of cos theta and sin theta, and conservation of momentum is being used because this This is elastic type collision. For inelastic type collision, you can also take, but in elastic type collision, this to perfect inelastic type collision, such cases is not possible because that two bodies sticks. दोनों बॉडी दूसरे में चिपक जाते हैं. बाउंस अगर कोई होता है तब इलास्टिक टाइप कोलिजन होता है, दोनों सेपरेट हो जाते हैं सेपरेट डायरेक्शन. So this is the case, and now we can calculate the kinetic energy. In the case of kinetic energy, we will not take this type of component because there the V1 will be in terms of square. And when there will be that V1 square or U1 square, that is the scalar quantity. Kinetic energy or energy work, this is scalar quantity. So there is no need of taking the components along x-axis to axis. This will be only used in conservation of momentum. So we take conservation of kinetic energy. So here the kinetic energy is half m1 u1 square. Here the kinetic energy, its kinetic energy is half m1 v1 square. Its kinetic energy is half m2 v2 square. Okay, v1 and v2. So this is the half m1 v1 square is equal to half m2 m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. Now you have this v1 and v2. You can put and calculate the kinetic energy of that system. तो गेटिंग ना कि हमने यहाँ पर u1 और v1 के जगह ये कंपोनेंट्स वाला क्यों नहीं लिए हैं, है ना, बिकॉज ये स्केलर पार्ट हो गया, स्क्वायर के फॉर्म में आ गया है, तो स्क्वायर के फॉर्म में आने से स्केलर पार्ट में. ओके, नाउ वन टर्म इज यूज्ड इन this particular topic of collision to identify that collision is elastic or inelastic type collision or in between that, and that is known as represented by E. It is known as coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution. It is represented by E. Okay, so this is actually equal to, this is defined as the ratio of relative velocity of separation of two bodies after collision with the relative velocity of approach. Relative velocity of approach before collision. So we have two bodies. This is that one body. This is another body. It is moving with this is m1, m2. This is moving with initial velocity u2, and this is u2. So the relative velocity will be, that is the difference between this and it is approaching, and after collision there is a separation. So this is now v1 and this is now v2, and so this is mass m1, this is mass m2, and that E, it is equal to minus v1 minus v2 by u1 minus u2. So this is the relative velocity before collision. This is relative velocity after collision with this minus sign. This is the approaching and this is separating out. That's why one minus sign is here. So coefficient of reinstitution, this is equivalent to minus of v1 minus v2 by u1 minus u2. Many times in numerical problem this is given. And in the perfectly elastic collision, you have calculated one relation. In the first derivation, you have after using that conservation of momentum and conservation of kinetic energy simultaneously, you have one relation that u1 plus v1 is equivalent to u2 plus v2. You have this. Okay, u1 plus v1 is equal to u2 plus v2. We have calculated, and this is equal to u1 minus u2. It is equal to v2 minus v1. This is for perfectly elastic collision. That is v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2 is equal to 1. So the ratio of these two, v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2 is 1. So by comparing these two, we can say this E is equivalent to 1 for perfectly elastic collision. Okay, so we can have a table for this E value for different type of collisions. So types of collision. Value of E. First, for perfect elastic collision, this E is equal to 1. Second, elastic collision, this is in between 0 to 1. And third, the perfect inelastic collision means that object sticks with another object. तो दोनों एक दूसरे में चिपक जाता है. यहाँ पर the perfect elastic collision completely bounced, completely stick, perfect inelastic collision. This is in between, means there is a energy loss. If there is energy loss in any system, that obviously that will be inelastic collision, but it's not perfect. वो perfect तब होगा. Yeah, this is just the inelastic type collision. So this is in between these two. Conservation of momentum is okay, conservation of total energy is okay, but there is energy loss, kinetic energy loss in the second case. But object is not sticking in the second object. अगर completely अगर कोई object उसमें penetrate हो जा रहा है, एक object एक कहना चाहिए वुडन ब्लॉक है, वुडन ब्लॉक में एक बुलेट आया, उसको गोली मारा गया, बुलेट जो है उसमें धंस गया, बुलेट उसमें धंस गया. अब वो डिपेंड करता है बुलेट की स्पीड के ऊपर कि वो उसके साथ वो रेस्ट में आ जाएगा कि एक पर्टिकुलर वेलोसिटी इस मोमेंटम में रहेगा, ऑब्वियसली वो मोमेंटम में आ जाएगा. सो दैट इज दैट परफेक्ट इनइलास्टिक टाइप collision. So here this E it is equivalent to 0. और इस केस में मैक्सिमम काइनेटिक एनर्जी लॉस होता है. यहाँ पर काइनेटिक एनर्जी लॉस होगा जरूर, लेकिन मैक्सिमम नहीं होगा. इस केस में मैक्सिमम काइनेटिक एनर्जी लॉस होता है. एंड एक और कोलिजन होता है, दैट इज fourth one is superelastic collision. क्रैकर्स बस्ट होता है, क्रैकर में पोटेंशियल एनर्जी स्टोर्ड, केमिकल एनर्जी स्टोर्ड है, वो ब्रस्ट होता है. तो जितने उसके पार्ट्स होते हैं वो पार्ट्स जो है उसकी काइनेटिक एनर्जी बढ़ जाती है, उन पे रहते हैं. जितने छोटे से टुकड़े फास्ट वेलोसिटी से चलता है ना. सो that here in this case it is E is greater than 1. So one can write this here, this kinetic energy is conserved, and here this there is a kinetic energy loss, and here this maximum kinetic energy loss. In the case of maximum kinetic energy loss, and in this case there is increase in kinetic energy. These are the general case. ये increase in kinetic energy, this is the case of explosion, bomb blast होना, explosion होना. So in explosive cases, kinetic energy increases, and that is that super elastic type collision. Okay, so we have two types of, especially for the calculation point of view, we will consider 2-3 types of collisions. One is in one-dimensional case, elastic and inelastic, and both are perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic type collision. Second, we have taken that two-dimensional type of collision, where we are considering that perfect elastic type collision also. And there we take components along the x-axis and y-axis of velocity after collision, and we can calculate conservation by using conservation of momentum, that velocity, and also the kinetic energy of individual bodies. Okay, so this is the end of this chapter. I think I have covered almost all topics of this particular unit, but one doubt clearing class or one class for special, some more special cases we can take maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, thank you.